All right, chapter 10. What did you say? Chapter X. Um, what is the what is ironic that the director of the hatchery is John's father? So
Because he's director of the hatchery.
yeah, because he's like director of the hatchery, he's like the main guy of the whole like hatching,
Well, then I
like
think
the hatchery purpose.
Because the book even started with him like boasting, like, "Oh, look how great this system is."
Like he's really involved in the process, and then his son John was
not
born.
at all conceived through the process.
Yeah, he wasn't conceived. He was conceived naturally and everything, so it kind of looks different on him. Right, your turn.
John comments to Bernard, "If one's different, one's bound to be lonely." Respond to this quote by discussing a character in the book, John, Bernard, or someone else, who feels he or she is different and therefore lonely.
So, both John and Bernard are lonely.
I like the definition of that, basically, in the book, because Bernard is lonely physically because he's different than everybody else.
Yeah, and like John too, like he didn't grow up the way everyone is. He never got conditioned or anything, and he was different.
He's mentally different, like because he's been taught things that nobody else has.
Yeah, and he didn't go through the process or conditioning, so he's all alone, in that sense.
I get that.
Okay. As Lena leaves with the Archbishop, she looks at the moon. Why is this important?
Because she wasn't one to be like observant.
Yeah, she
around her.
Like whenever they were looking at the ocean, she was uncomfortable. But then now she's just all of a sudden looking at the moon.
It like goes against what is her program, like how they're not supposed to look at nature.
At nature, yeah. Like it makes me uncomfortable.
Why won't Mustafman publish the biography paper?
Because it goes against like.
Yeah, like
it's like different.
Because it's from Bernard, but it's like different than what he expects from an alpha, and especially from someone like Bernard. And then he thinks like maybe Bernard is getting too confident in himself.
Yeah, because he's like, because after he introduced John and Linda, he got real confident, as the caretaker. Okay, why won't Helmholtz Watson's poem be published? It's because that's when he showed to the college, right? The college students.
They got in trouble.
They got in trouble.
It was just like expressing like his ideas like of
poetry.
Yeah, just of feelings actually.
Yeah.
Because it's a poem of feelings.
Yeah.
What is Huxley satirizing when he includes Helmholtz's poem in this chapter?
What does that word mean?
I think what
does that word mean though?
It means like what he's trying to get. And he includes Helmholtz's poem in his chapter. I think he's trying to say that. Well, one, that's because it's denied. It just goes with the utopia that feelings aren't.
And like not only that, it's like putting in the idea of like now everyone's starting to more or less change a little bit.
I think it's just like, trying to get the readers to understand that change is gonna happen.
Like more or less like hint at it.
Even like if it's small, like a poem.
Okay. What's your on this one?
Mm-hmm.
What does Helmholtz think of Shakespeare? He finds it funny.
Yeah, because the first poem
John was reading Shakespeare to him, and he
it was Romeo and Juliet, and he started laughing because he
the
was
idea
reading
of
about
the mother, the idea
parents,
of having a mother,
and then John got offended.
And the idea of like people caring
for
about
one another.
Yeah, about what kind of person you end up with, what partner you have.
How does Huxley convey his ideas of happiness and friendship in this chapter? Well, because he brings John into the world, and John makes friends, and then from John making friends, Bernard becomes happy and confident. And
it shows too, like what happiness, like what makes them happy. Like for John, his literature makes him happy.
And then I think Huxley, like his idea of happiness is like friendships. It's just like meeting new people is kind of what's happening.
I guess.
Discussion questions for which chapters, Brittany?
Okay. So this one, why does Lena make a pass at John?
Because that's just what she does. And
She's
she
always she was attracted to him, and
like,
for some reason, it helped that she didn't she couldn't see like any emotion towards her from him, so I don't know, kind of made her want to go at him more.
Well, because nobody denied her before, so.
That's true. Why does John reject?
He finds her behavior disgusting.
Yeah, not only that, but
And he
like,
calls her like a whore after.
yeah, because like she just took off her clothes.
Yeah,
and,
well, like,
came
because
at
he
him.
doesn't know any better. He's just like, what are you doing? And she's like,
Because
this is normal.
he has the whole idea of like love and one person forever, you know.
And I feel like it's kind of
And like when she was talking about all that, she kind of got like.
Well, I feel like that's kind of
apprehensive about it.
like Lena is kind of wanting that, like wanting him to love her back, like that one person.
Oh well, yeah,
feeling.
but no, not like one person forever, because like it
Well, yeah,
says
because
whenever.
then she does it.
No, because it said in the book, it says whenever he conveyed those thoughts to her, she was like uneasy by him. Like,
Yeah,
she
but
was,
then
like,
it said before that she went to talk to her friend Jenny or Patty or whatever, and Fanny. There you go. And she was like, all I want is John. I just want John. And she's like, you need to get
Well,
snap
that's
out of
true,
it
I guess.
and get
Like
out
she's
of
obsessing over him, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
she's
the
like,
one
you need to just
person.
go sleep with somebody else.
Right. Why does John see his relationship with Leanna like that of Romeo and Juliet, and then later like that of what is that, Othello and
Othello
Desdemona?
and Desdemona.
Desdemona.
Why does John see his relationship with Lena like that of Romeo and Juliet, and then later? Well, like Lena is just this person that he like can have but can't. Like their romance is gonna die. Like he can't have her one to one. Like
Not
Romeo
only that,
does.
but like Romeo and Juliet, how they're like from two different worlds, you know, and like it's literally like that for them, because they're both from two different places and they know two different things.
True.
So it's like conflicting ideas. Okay, what is the nature of male-female relationships in this novel?
It's like strange. Like in World State,
Mostly it's been male to female, right? Like it hasn't been.
It's been male to female, but like
I don't
it's
think
been like
hetero.
everybody can do whatever.
Yeah,
It's
like
not
it's
just
really
like a one-to-one kind of deal.
Yeah, I understand. Like everyone belongs to everyone, right? Is that what they said?
Mhm.
Alright, this one's last one. What do you read?
How does John react to the children in the ward at the hospital where his mother is dying, and why does he respond this way?
He gets mad.
Well, I mean, like, I guess he gets mad because they just don't know. They're just asking questions like, why are you crying?
Not only that too, but he's like in an emotional state because his mother's dying, and he's there to try to see her. And then those kids are all in the room while she's dying and stuff, and then she's asking questions like, "Why are you so fat?" You know what I mean?
I think it's just like
it's like disrespectful.
He's mad, and like then he pushes him, so his like actions justified what was going on.
They're like aggravated him because like he was already sad and in
and then they
in
just
a
like
state
it was
of
like poking
sadness, and then they're bugging, you know.
Mm.
Okay, why does Brave New World's view of death or describe Brave New World's view of death and explain how the hospital workers treat Linda's death?
Well, like when he goes in, doesn't the nurse like he says "mom" and she laughs?
She kind of like
she's like weird
already
about it.
Yeah.
And I think that they don't really like
They don't
how
view
he's
death
crying
the same way. Yeah.
Like he's emotional. They're just like, get over it, dude.
Because
like,
they don't know what it's like to have
they
a
don't
mother.
they don't have like that bond. They're just like they'll be like another.
So they're
200
just
of
like
them.
literally just people. So they really don't take death as sad as
like how you would have if you had an
John
emotional
would.
bond.
Yeah, like John does. And like what else? Yeah, they really like and plus like all the people they create through the hatchery process and everything. It's like not a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Is it possible to prepare children for the reality of death? If not, why? If so, how can this be done?
No, it's not really.
I think when you're young, like
it's
like
hard
I remember
to tell.
like when my mom's grandpa died, like she was really emotional about it, and I just remember like I knew what was happening, but I didn't have the emotional concept.
I think it's hard to prepare children for it because I don't know, it's a hard thing to deal with.
I think it's like a hard thing to explain, and then you can explain it to them, but they're not gonna get it until they're older. Like they can know what it is, but they're gonna be like, I don't know what's happening. Like I know what's going on, but I don't.
And if you could prepare them for death, you could start off by like showing them natural events, like with like farm animals, things you use to harvest and eat. You know.
You brought my cream.
Show them like death is a natural process.
I feel like, but I feel like if you taught them death, then like you'd have like with animals, it'd be a different relation than if you like if they experience it with a person.
Yeah, but still it can kind of help, you know, prepare the children.
I got you.
All right, 10 through 14.